Hello everyone, welcome to LCS Tonight. I love this fancy jingle behind us. My name is David FLICKR. On the far side, Isaac Azale Cummings-Bentley, and the one and only Smoothie, Andy Ta. How you doing? Newly minted Echo Fox jersey. How's life?
I mean, life's all right. We lost today, but I'll take 1-1 for, having 4 days of scrims.
Sure, yeah. I mean, you guys are in third right now. Third was Echo Fox's last finish. Feels like you're in a decent spot. You feel like the road forward is positive?
Yeah, for sure. Like, again, we've only had like a couple days of scrims, and they're really chaotic, but I feel like next week we're going to actually try a lot harder.
Sure. I mean, you guys had like super sick laning phases so far, like both games. It feels like you and Lost are playing well together. Like, you've had, what, like 5 days with him? Like, it's super fresh. That's really cool, though. So let's take a look at these standings after Week 6 has closed out. 12 games for every single team. As we mentioned, Echo Fox in third. 100 Thieves and Team Liquid top the roster. I mean, the top 3 from NALCS last split are still in the exact same spot. The rest, though, shaken up. Clutch Gaming alone in last, the 4th place finisher. A gigantic tie around 5th and 6th place. I mean, really crazy stuff here. Anything that like super shocks you looking at this summer split so far?
I mean, I don't know. Anything can happen right now. Like, the standings are so close. I thought Cloud9 would be just like hard stuck 10th for a while, but like, you know.
Well, they benched you. How would you, expect anything else?
I mean,
Should be straight down in his gutter. But, I mean, I've got to point out Optic. So they're doing the 4-0 in their last 2 weeks, super good. And TSM, I think, is something like 1-5 in their last 6, or like 1-6 in their last 7. Like they're losing like all their games now, and on such a huge downward trend. Yeah,
they're in that big clump right above last place. Like, got a negative record there. So yeah, pretty rough stuff there. Either way, it is time for us to put our second support to the test on Scion Speedway, where we put our pros on a makeshift racetrack around Summoner's Rift. Smoothie, are you excited for Scion Speedway?
I'm really excited. I practiced a little bit, so it's either going to go really, really well or really awful. So
well, hopefully it goes really well. We need you to beat the European guys.
You have to beat Baofrost.
You have to beat Baofrost and also most of Europe. For those who need a reminder, Scion Speedway pits our pros on a test as they drift around the racetrack all around the map. You can ult as many times as you want, but you have to stay in bounds. You cannot flash over walls. You can only use your summoner spells and active items once each. So Smoothie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready? Then get on up there. It is time for Scion Speedway. And Echo Fox, I think takes like, what, number 2 right now? I think Hooney's right below Golden Glue.
Yeah, Hooney's right up there, I think. Yeah. He's pretty high up. But, people like their correlation between like Scion practice and Scion skill hasn't always really panned out. Solo choked last week.
He did.
He's like the Scion main. He wanted to come on the show and do Scion Speedway. And
all right, you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, on the word go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so ult's in, and he's going for the bottom side. That is actually what I think what Golden Glue did previously as well. So that was that sort of bit over the top right here. Okay, a couple of walks over, and then turning it back around as he moves on over to this side of it. And he goes for that bottom side and loops around the corner. This is where pretty much everyone uses their actives to speed up.
Yeah, and I think really the hardest part is how you handle this corner, and then also getting through the target dummies and the corner up past the Baron pit. Those areas really are the most difficult, so we'll see if he hits any target dummies here.
And walk and then drift is pretty good.
And how he gets around this corner, I think, is like one of the most important parts.
That was a bit more of a deep turn right there, so that probably lost
really well, though.
So, but yeah, this is actually pretty solid.
Oh.
Okay, one hit.
Oh, you hate to see it.
He's not going to win, but he'll still be a pretty good spot. Oh, no. Okay, with a quick redirect, this is actually not a bad run. So there's the hit.
Oh, man.
That was still solid, though.
That's
good. Top half for sure.
That was like 47-ish. So pretty good
Disappointed,
stuff.
man. That was almost perfect.
Almost perfect. Almost perfect. You choked at the end. You can come on over and join us here once again. It was a good run.
Yeah.
But we'll get the standings updated. We'll see where you ended up.
All right, not bad. It went a lot better than I initially thought.
Yeah.
I haven't played Scion in like 2 years, man.
It's like your weekend, basically. Good start. Ooh, and the finish.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, 101.
Too close to home.
He's in playoff spots anyway.
Okay, not bad.
All right, number 7.
You're still up there. That's good.
Below Caps and Odo, sadly, but
yeah, I beat Azale.
That's the important part. See, I'm
You're the best of the Canadians, actually, which is great. Yeah, so at the top right there. But yeah, we got 3 Canadians in the top 10. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, we're pretty sick.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the NA versus
NA
Canada
gets
versus
bopped.
USA.
NA gets bopped for sure. I understand that. Or USA gets bopped rather. Yeah.
It was free.
Canada's a better country. I can't lie. Props to you guys.
Yep, exactly. They brought up the York today, just like I brought it on that show match.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy how similar it all is. It's wonderful. Now, of course, next up, we're going to fill in the blank, bringing that segment back. We're going to do our best to figure out what goes in the blank from some Reddit comments of this week's matches. We'll be checking in with chat to see what you guys can figure out with this one as well. So the first fill in the blank is from user Drinkin' the Kool-Aid. Says, I honestly can't think of a more well-rounded top laner in North America than blank and not the SKT jungler this split. Props to him showing up better than ever. Your questions and possible answers are Solo, Licorice, Someday, and Flame. Chat, you can of course chime in for you guys to discuss.
For me, I'm immediately not thinking Solo or Flame. I'm thinking Licorice or Someday. Those to me are the two who've been kind of having the best split. Flame has been kind of on a downward trend, and I don't feel like Solo's at the top. Someday I feel like a lot of people are talking about it as MVP, so I could see him, but Licorice has been popping off.
Licorice was having a really good split. Like, even when I play with him, he had really really good stats. So, like, he's doing really well. So definitely want to be your C, or Licorice someday.
I'm gonna go Licorice just because I feel like all his best performances are most recent. So I feel like people might have been talking about him recently.
He's getting better like this week.
Yeah,
because
like
it's about this week's game.
Exactly.
Basically.
The last couple weeks he's been popping off.
Yeah, Cloud9 going 2-0 makes that pretty likely. Which one are you gonna go for?
I'm gonna go Licorice here.
All right, I would have thought Someday just because I feel like Someday's actually been the best top laner this split long.
Yeah.
Although I think your recency argument probably means the answer was really Licorice.
Yeah.
Chats, of course, between those two as well. Yeah, Solo and Flame got 3% each, which kind of what I expect. The answer is one of those two. I remember hearing, but I forget exactly. It was Licorice.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
free.
yeah.
That's
Nice.
free.
Nice.
Canada 2, USA 0.
I mean, that counts as 1-0, I'm pretty
no,
sure.
no.
All right.
There's two people here.
Yeah.
This is,
Okay,
this
you guys
exactly.
each count?
This is
All right.
easy math.
I hope for some double points this time around. Next up, user Alice Margatroyd claims blank and blank causing another TSM loss.
Okay.
Ooh, who's causing TSM to lose?
This is a good one.
Yeah, you got to start, flaming your fellow LCS pros.
I mean, I'm all friends with all of them, so
course.
it's gonna be hard. But I'm gonna say
Well, I
No
think I know where
offense.
you're going, Sven.
Yeah.
You're going.
No.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
Grig and Mithy, at least this week, have
Okay.
not had great engages.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I didn't watch today's game too much because I was preparing for our game, but I think those two.
You know where I could actually see people going? Because there was a lot of people, the hate has started turning on to Bjergsen. I've seen recently. I've seen some Reddit threads being like, SKT subbed out FLICKR. Maybe TSM has to sub out Bjergsen, so maybe it's
Nope.
it's Eternal Wild
Turtle Wild Turtle.
What? Oh man.
'Cause they lost the flag quest?
I guess so. I didn't think about that. I thought there's
They
something.
baited us.
They actually baited us so hard.
Yeah.
It's actually my favorite kind of question. This actually, because we saw a thread about this like way back in week 1,
Yeah.
when it was Team Liquid versus Golden Guardians, and it was about Matt and Lorlo causing them to lose. Like, I want a segment for those kinds of questions.
Yeah.
Like, that
Come
was
on,
the
man.
kinds of question I wanted.
Now
Was,
I'm the villain here,
was
dude.
the
Come
turnaround.
on.
No, I mean,
I just flame people, man.
it's okay. This is,
Merciless.
wow.
Well, you
just-
did too, though. So
This guy is just
Yeah,
completely not nice at all. All right, so Canada's now 2-2. I didn't answer, so I mean, I went, whatever. Either way, next up, user
Negative
Logan.
1, he didn't even try.
Yeah, I quit out of that one. I forfeited. Next user, Logan Gray. Flashing forward as an AD carry is an art and one of my guilty pleasures. If Blank keeps performing this well, then he's on his way to becoming my
Ooh, I'm gonna say
favorite AD
Lost.
carry.
No.
Turtle definitely lost sneaky.
I'm gonna say definitely, because Lost only has like 1 game or 2 games, I guess, and definitely's been playing pretty well this split. Like you saw his 2v3 with Matt
Yeah.
yesterday, I think.
Yeah,
you did really well.
He's been playing really well.
Yeah.
But I'm just immediately when I heard flashing forward, I was thinking of the game yesterday, him flashing forward on Varus, and then you kind of picking him up. There was a couple times where he flashed forward on Varus, and he
true,
was
too.
playing pretty aggressive. He was
true,
in
too.
there.
But there's Turtle, who is known for flashing
Yeah,
forward.
he's
and
famous for it.
And they're doing well, right?
But again, I'm thinking recency because it's
Yeah.
this weekend on Reddit, and I'm like, who did I see flashing forward? I immediately thought of Lost, so I'm going with Lost.
Damn, actually, you're right. I didn't
Wow.
read that well enough.
Your own teammate, and you're like, it's not this guy.
No,
He's
but
not.
like, okay, it was this weekend. so
Yeah,
my
it's
bad.
literally
Okay,
about these
okay,
games
okay.
weeks.
Yeah.
Or
Then
these
It's Reddit
Yes.
threads
teams.
from this weekend.
Then yes,
yeah.
Lost for sure.
Okay, 100% lost.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go along with you. Actually, I had them add Wild Turtle as one of the options because he's known for flashing forward.
Yeah.
I baited Twitch chat, haha, outsmarted, bigger brain than you guys. Yeah.
I gotta read this question.
4
back.
points
Free.
for Canada.
Yeah, I mean, points for me too, though. And I baited Twitch
But
chat.
you're at -1, so now you're at 0 again.
Okay, cool. Congrats, you guys are at +1 each because you got the last one wrong. So I guess we're okay.
There's no negatives
That's
over here.
how-
We tried.
What the hell?
We got participation ribbons. You
Guessing
didn't even
things.
try.
Holy moly! And I get losing points for
Yeah.
participating in the first question.
Yeah.
Okay, these cheeky guys. Next up, user Snafu585 congratulates Eugene Powelter Park with the blank IQ shockwave to get his blank kill. I wonder what those numbers would be.
I wonder.
Okay, well, he
IQ
got his
associated with
1000th. He got his
Pobelter.
1000th kill. So
Yeah.
it's his 1000th kill.
Yeah.
I feel
How much
like,
IQ though for
I feel like
Pob, though?
300 IQ is the Pobelter meme.
300? Is it?
I think
That's 200, isn't it?
200.
200, but then
What?
but
Nah.
I feel like it's like people are like,
You have to inflate
it's
the
even
numbers.
smarter.
It's like an over 9,000
200
IQ
is
player.
like he just does anything. People call it 200 IQ.
I
So I'm
guess.
feeling like it's 300, but maybe it is just the.
I mean, he just
standard
like
meme.
killed a guy under like Nexus turrets. Like it wasn't even special.
Okay,
Yeah, you get half
okay,
credit,
okay.
dog.
All right.
Yeah, Smoothie knows what's
That's
up.
the name.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep
Another
up.
2 points for Canada.
I'm ahead of you. Oh my. They're cheating.
I mean, I think we've clearly established.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a democracy.
You only win because of cheating. Like, you guys bring in like Huni and crap and like, oh, he's Canadian now. Like, it's insane. Throughout the weekend, you took to Twitter to praise the insane, awesome, impressive, amazing, magnificent, eye-popping, phenomenal, majestic, prodigious, miraculous, superhuman plays from the week on Twitter. We decided to pull up some of our favorites brought to you by Acer Predator. First up, future Ghost Cop aspires to be a Matt on the rise, seeing his fiddlesticks play.
I'm here.
I eat now?
Yeah.
We're going hybrid, guys. We're going hybrid. He's no flash. He's no flash.
Play around my turrets.
Kill Brom, kill Brom.
Yeah, kill Brom.
Nice.
Go in now.
I'm going Bears. Bears
No,
1
I
HP.
can't. Yo, help.
Yeah.
We got him. You guys can kill
I
him.
got him.
Let's
Yo, maybe I can get the Bears if
My dad
he's
can't go down.
Okay.
Maybe if he's dumb.
You guys are nuts.
Oh my
Oh my
god!
Good job. Good job. Let's stay calm, okay?
As someone who has to play against fiddle support, the fact that it bounces into fog of war, very tilting.
Yeah, man, that's a tilter. Actually, I didn't see the last kill on double lift.
So, question: lazy recall or sick play from Matt? Ooh, that's a lazy recall. Hesitation. That's a lazy recall.
He doesn't want to flame. He's too nice.
Lazy, I guess it's a lazy recall, but like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect to get hit by a crow there, you know, like.
He's a full screen
I'm like,
away,
yeah, a whole screen away in fog. Like,
Yeah.
that's messed up, man.
Yeah.
The ability's messed up. It's getting nerfed next patch. I'm happy about that. Next up, then in his game versus Optic, rather, Mickey kept on walking away with a sliver of health, but never quite went down. We talked about this one over the screen. I mean, he had like 40-something thousand damage taken before ever dying the first time. That guy consistently getting away.
Yeah, it was actually pretty crazy. You know, they said the previous record was like 19K or so that High had taken without dying. He took 46,000 or whatever it was damage without dying on LeBlanc. So playing it very well. Unfortunately, he did die at the very end and they lost. So it's unlucky.
That's pretty unfortunate. I didn't get to see this game. I saw like the first 20 minutes and then, yeah, I do like other stuff, but yeah, that's pretty insane.
Then went for another half an hour.
Yeah, and LeBlanc, I feel like the LeBlanc passive is so frustrating to deal with because it kind of gives them that little moment of like, you know, invulnerability where you can't see them, they can kind of get away, and Mickey played it really, really well. Like the best LeBlanc players can play so aggressively and feel like they're still always getting away.
You gotta play Lee Sin as a soft counter. The Q actually reveals, or you like yellow in the E, then you know which one he's going to.
Ooh.
So any of the champions with like actual hard reveals in the kit?
Fiddlesticks. His
Yep.
W is a reveal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you can.
Fleddy is also a reveal.
Is it?
Really?
Yep.
Through
Very
this.
few people know that. You could
Yeah.
slam Wukong because he goes invis, but you
Hell yeah.
still see him.
All right, that's how you kill him. Good to
Yep.
know. Thanks, Azelle.
Yep.
Appreciate the keen insight. Now, finally, Irvin wasn't surprised Welter hit his 1,000th kill. Just a typical play from a 200 IQ and a mid laner. See, he knows the meme.
To get some attention now. Incoming from Ole, the hit comes in. There is the 1,000th career kill for Pole Belter.
come on! 우리 나이스 야지를. 타겟. 1,000 kill.
Nice. I like how his team knew as well. Like they're waiting to count up to 1.
Yeah, I mean, he only needed 1 kill and he had 0 kills in the game, so it's not like difficult math to do.
Yeah,
there, I think.
already
So
winning.
It's like they're like, well, if you carried the 3 and you, but it's pretty sick. Congrats to him. He's been around for a long time and still playing at a really high level.
Yeah. When's your 1,000th kill coming in?
4 years, give or take.
4 years?
Yeah.
Thousands of assists. Do you have 1,000 assists? How many assists? do you
easily
have?
He's got to
1,000.
easily have
Yeah,
more.
assists are
Okay.
pretty easy.
Assists
It's super
free.
free.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
supports don't count.
Yeah.
But start playing Brand every game. Tell your teammates, like, guys, lost, you know, you're going to play some Braum for me. I'm going to take the farm. We'll
I mean, I literally I took all the kills today from my
saw that,
carries.
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Like
Perfect.
4 kills
I
on
saw you
Braum.
flash Q when he's like already shooting piercing arrow.
I mean,
I understand.
it's,
Scare, kill,
it's,
steal.
it's sneaky too, you know. I
Yeah, no, you
I
have
got
to
I gotta
back
do
that
it.
guy.
I gotta
Asserting
do
your
it.
dominance.
Yeah.
Asserting your
I mean,
dominance.
Sneaky and Lane really showed through today. I mean, you guys actually bashed them. Yeah, I like that. See, and it wasn't the smoothie. It was all Sneaky and Lane. Now make sure you keep tweeting your favorite plays all season long using the hashtag NALCS. We'll keep up with all of you. Now, next up is our opportunity for fans at home to have their questions answered. Now, earlier in the show, we asked you to submit your queries, and we pulled some of our favorites. Our first question from Rap God Mata to Smoothie. Top 3 bot lanes right now. Please include yourself and Lost if you feel you deserve it, and why.
Well, this is a really hard question. I don't think any bot lane has secured themselves the title of the best bot lane in this split. It's really hard to say. I'd say the most consistent ones are probably Afro and Cody at this point. If Hakuho and Paulo were playing this weekend, I'd probably say them. Like, they're pretty consistent as well. But outside of those guys, can't really say there's like a really, really insane bot lane right now. Like, they're all just do the job, you know?
It's pretty interesting though that you call out, you know, Hakuo and Apollo, and they've been subbed out for their academy team. So like, what do you think about that? Were you pretty surprised?
Well, I was pretty surprised at first, but I saw like Sebastian Park's Twitter, and he was saying that it wasn't for like performance or anything. It was just to like give Vulcan Piglet a shot, and they're playing well in scrims. So I mean, understandable. Been there, done that. You know.
Yeah, the playing well in scrim.
You're on the unlucky end of that, unfortunately. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, of course, no more roster moves for any of these teams overall. Now, part 2 from Rep God Mata is to the casters. So me and Azael. How do you know when to make announcements / which announcements to make while on a live broadcast?
I don't know exactly what announcements he means. Maybe. I'm not sure really what he's referring to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like going for 1,000 kill, like obviously like, that's coming up. If you're like talking about roster moves or what, you know, like
those sort of things, like a lot of it is like pre-prepped, right? Like we talk about like, you know, things, oh, okay, Pobelter could get 1,000 kills this game. Oh, we're going to talk about these roster moves that Clutch has made because they have a roster deadline where they have to submit their changes, and we know about that on whatever it is, like Friday at X time and those sorts of things. So a lot of that stuff is just like we have planned in advance to talk about it. And whatever we think the community is going to be like most interested in or most excited about, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was going to key off is generally speaking, like all we're going to try to do is bring up whatever topic is most relevant to the game or most exciting to hear about or most exciting to talk about. And if it's like, oh, Smoothie's here on Echo Fox, that's super sick. By the way, they traded him 4 days ago, and here's his quote from their coach or whatever. Like, that's a topic that we talk about, of course, and everything else. So that's kind of the general rule of thumb. Hopefully that answered it well for you. Our third question is from @Bartos_Trams, and it says, what's your favorite smoothie flavor?
You know, you think I would know this like by heart, but like I don't really have a great answer. Like, it kind of changes month by month. Right now, it's probably like strawberry banana. Pretty basic.
That's solid.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
good.
Actually, I feel like banana is actually just really good in smoothies in general.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
You
I
can
don't
pretty much
actually
throw
like
banana in like any smoothie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be quality.
Probably some weird ones like avocado banana, maybe.
Yeah, that might be kind of random, but like chocolate banana, you
Yeah.
can throw
Yeah,
banana
yeah.
in
You
with
can't go
like
wrong.
mangoes and, you know, all kinds of stuff, apples, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the green machine a lot here. We have our
it's
smoothie
like
bar.
very like plant-based.
Yeah.
There's like kale and stuff in there.
Yeah, it's good.
It's actually pretty delicious. Yeah, surprisingly, like stuff made out of spinach is actually pretty good.
Yep.
It's crazy.
So you hide those vegetables. That's how you
Yeah,
get them
you
in.
hide them inside with like a bunch of apple juice.
exactly.
Good strat.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Now, next and lastly, @Stack for the Caddy asks, what's the mentality like in Academy? Are the players really focused on winning, or is it more to improve and try to make it to a full LCS squad?
I guess it's hard to say because on Cloud9 Academy, when I was playing with them, they all tried really hard. They all wanted to, you know, at least prove to the LCS team that they deserve their spot. Obviously, we were doing like 10-man swaps, and if you're gonna do that, then yeah, they're gonna try super hard for their spot, right? So I'm not sure about other teams. Like some other teams probably just like, you know, having some fun. You know, it's very possible. So I don't know what to say about those guys, but. Yeah, for my experience, people try pretty hard in Academy.
And you were on the best Academy team, right? Like C9 is at
They're
the
going to
top.
Academy
the Echo
Worlds.
Fox Academy team is 2-10, right? Like, so it's obviously like going to depend on the team, depend on the players, depend on all situations.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's been interesting. There's been like a pretty interestingly high amount of Academy promotions. Like again, the C9 one, of course, you were a part of, and everyone's kind of talked that one to death. But right, we saw the Clutch one come up. Like we've seen a lot of players switch back and forth. I think it's been really interesting. Someone told me on Twitter, everyone except TSM and CLG has switched players at some point. This split, which is actually like really like from day one, they've brought someone up and down from Academy. It's actually pretty nuts. So that was kind of cool to see. Hopefully that is working well for teams. Now, before we sign off for the weekend, let's take a look at next week's schedule presented by Jersey Mike's. It's going to be a very fun one. We're working down to the last 3 weeks of the regular season. 6 games left to go. You can see your third game right here, Echo Fox taking on Counter Logic Gaming. Yeah, going to be a fun one, of course, as well. But Team Liquid versus 100 Thieves, a battle at first, starting off the day as well. Anything to look out exciting to you, other than, of course, your team picking up another win?
Well, I mean, I think our games next week's gonna be pretty hard. Like CLG's been on the upswing lately. In terms of general performance, did they go 2-0 this week, or did they win?
I think they dropped one. They might have
One?
dropped 2 because they were in a group tied for first. Now they're
CLG has
5
lost
and
a bunch
7.
in a row.
Yeah, they're actually
they've
doing really
lost
poor
like
the last couple
4 in a
weeks.
row
Oh, the
or
Callisto
something
game.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were winning. Like their early games are super sick.
Yeah, First Blood King Reignover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing pretty well, so it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I think they've missed 2 First Bloods as a team across 12 games.
I'm actually pretty excited about Optic FlyQuest, which is not something I thought I'd really be saying, but it's like they have both improved a lot. I mean, JJ, since he's joined the team, I think they're 6-2.
6-2.
Optic has won 4 in a row. Like those are some good ass records. Like they are obviously really strong teams right now, and I'm kind of excited to see like are they actually real contenders or are they going to kind of turn back into a pumpkin?
Yeah, and of course 3 of the prior LCS winners in Cloud9, TSM, and CLG are all down in like 6th/9th, like at the bottom right there. Right? It's like they're all 1 game away from 10th. Like, that's actually insane that like these teams were super sick and have like really had stumbles. So I think all those games are really worth watching. That's going to do it for us here tonight on LCS Tonight. Thanks again, Smoothie, for joining us on the show. And now for myself, the casters, the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week for more LCS Tonight.
It was a good outro. We'll give you a couple points.
I appreciate that. I'm tied with Canada. We're back.
You're still way behind.
No.
You're pretty behind us.
We are about to get into this TSM versus FlyQuest game. A lot of them said TSM, the fans are thinking FlyQuest, and I think it's going to be a very, very close game. Right here, Spider of the Week, flash over the wall, gets the slow on immediately. They stop Greg in his tracks!
Ez is gonna base.
Okay,
We can end him. Just hit.
Make it time! They're gonna do it! It's going down! Again, Zyrene! 5-4, they look to be 7-5 in the summer split! FlyQuest on your Alexis! Slicing Maelstrom! Slices TSM down! And FlyQuest push through the base for the win!
This is my homie. His name is Alfred.
Alfred.
Yeah.
Wait, where?
Are you good with settings?
Alfred's over here.
Yeah,
Oh my
good.
god, Alfred.
He literally just sits on top of the rock and watches me lane kingdom people all day. This guy's insane. I love this moose.
He's gonna have a taunt on him. A double taunt! Anna's going down for first blood! Afram, who's gonna be taken down as he's turned into a pin cushion, and now it's gonna be Cody's son!
And there we go. Kill the goal. Close to that. Wait. Go. And then the flash. Swing this guy. I'm ulti. Go. No flash. Nice.
Double lift going low, Vulcan taking turret shots. One last hit, the minions are gonna take him down!
Kill him. Hey, W. Kill him. Ajira. Look at Ajira. Kill Ajira. Kill turn. We can better. I'm gonna shield you, Jake. Yeah. Hey, just better.
Incoming from Ole, the hit comes in. There is the 1,000th career kill for Pobelter.
1,000 kill.
The Canadian tries to get the pick up, but can't quite grab it. Contract stays alive, but he can't quite kill Big. Power Revel, that's the kill they want. Matt will finally take him down.
And. I'm heading. Again. I got
Maybe a bit greedy from FLICKR. Could try and take down Hooney. Wants to get it, but the pullback in Adano. Claims yet another kill. Now bot side Zazel. Low goes down to Smoothie.
Look at Losting.
Oh, I'm looking. I'm gonna get one shot.
Look Smoothie.
Smoothie's dead. Lost is 1 HP.
Look at Hooney.
Oh, Demonte gets hooked over. He's going to try and take down Zazel, but it's actually not going to happen. Demonte falls. FLICKR is chasing in. Now they're going to take down Hooney. Dada can't really do anything. Cloud9 going to do it one win at a time.